So if your years of experience aren't enough to validate you as a professional online today, then what actually counts as proof? In the last couple of videos, I went over the proof gap and asked you to Google yourself. And I'm sure that some of you saw the gap, the substantial difference between your real lived professional expertise and what the internet has to say about your professional expertise online. So now the obvious question is, what are we supposed to do about it? How do we start to close the gap? And how do we do it in a way that doesn't feel like we need to hire somebody or add another 5 or 10 hours to our week? And this is where most people get stuck. They think, oh my goodness, I have to post more. I have to create content. I have to become a content creator. I need an assistant. I need to learn how to use all of the tools and all of the social media platforms. That is not what I'm here to teach you today. What I want to do is show you how to take some practical, low-hanging fruit measures to strategically future-proof your career. And let me make this very clear. Becoming a content creator is not the goal. Getting a ton of likes and follows is not the goal. Proof is anything that shows how you think, what you know, and really helps people see and feel your level of expertise. So not just what you've done and what you've accomplished, but how you approach your work. So this could look like explaining something that you do all the time, answering questions you get from a client, or breaking down how you think about a problem, or sharing your unique perspective on the industry you're in. Now, these things do not have to be polished, and they do not have to be perfect. The point is that the internet recognizes you as an expert and starts to pick up on the real expertise and knowledge that you have. I'm going to digress here for a moment, but my background is in real estate. If you look at 10 real estate agents' websites, they all might say the exact same thing. They all might say they're the number one agent in such and such an area, that they've won some awards, they have some testimonials from clients, and that they cover this neighborhood and that neighborhood, and these are the amount of homes they've sold. These things don't mean much to the internet. They don't mean much to AI, and frankly, they don't mean a lot to the consumer or prospective clients. They all look the same, and they're certainly not discoverable. And that's the most important point. Now, most of you have the raw material to go much, much deeper than this. You just haven't captured it yet. So many professionals are sitting on years of knowledge. They haven't made it visible. They've just been working. You don't need more expertise. You just need more evidence of your expertise. Think of it this way. If someone looked you up, would they find any indication of how you think or of how you work? Because that's what search and AI are starting to pick up now, is that nuance, not just your title, but your thinking. And I'm going to get into this a little more deeply in future videos, and I touched on it very briefly in one of the last ones. There's a generation of emerging and new professionals who are becoming discoverable online. They might not have all the knowledge, but what they do have, they're putting out there, and AI and Google are finding it and they're indexing it. And there's a cohort of professionals who want to be working for another 10, 15, 20 years, who've been able to rely on word of mouth, their referral network, and even paying Google to rank them high on page number 1. But these tactics and these strategies are becoming less and less relevant. Documenting your expertise doesn't have to be hard. And you don't have to be a content creator to do this. You have the expertise to easily outperform your emerging competitors by getting your knowledge on the internet in a way that makes sense. And I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to help you take things you already know and make them visible, make them discoverable, and help you become the authority you deserve to be online, just like the authority you are in your profession and in your career today in the real world. There's multiple ways to do this. I'm going to start breaking down the different ways you can do it depending on what works best for you, depending on your industry. I'm going to start going through this in future videos, so please do subscribe and stay tuned and like this video so I show up in your feed. And if you're interested and if this resonated and if you're just curious about what I have to say, I'll have a link below to a small workshop that I'm going to be hosting where I'm going to be talking to professionals just like you and going through in a little bit more detail with some one-on-ones and Q&A so that you can have the proof of your expertise that you deserve online. I'm really looking forward to sharing this all with you. I'm going to be sharing more and providing some resources, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. So pros, let's get ready to show your proof.